And then like that Monday I wrestled Aaron Brooks, kind of just bounced my head around like a basketball, and I was like, holy cow, man, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. And I remember just sitting on the wall, like I wanted to tear up. It's never like this competition is it. It's always like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Like I think overall we're very like happy and content people. We love what we do, but it's also like very like chasing the next thing. Once you step on the mat, it doesn't matter who's there. If there's a million people, if there's one person watching. For me, I kind of take the mindset of like audience of one. Like I'm competing for God, and that's about it for me. Our coaches do a very good job at helping us to not put all our weight into like just one competition. Like you're not just trying to be a national champ this year. Like you're trying to be a national champ next year already, and you're trying to be a national champ the next year and just reach your goals. Everybody's more than a wrestler at Penn State, and that's an even bigger blessing than the wrestling is. The younger guys sure don't care if they're supposed to win or not. Luke Lilladall, PJ Duke, Marcus Blaze, like those guys don't care if they're young. They're gonna wrestle their hardest. It doesn't matter if you're 45 years old and a 20-time Olympic champ or national champ. Those guys are gonna wrestle the same every single match, and I really appreciate those younger guys for competing the way they do against the older guys and the guys more established.
And welcome back to Wrestling Mindset. Today we're here with the great Josh Barr. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So you got a lot going on right now coming up. Take us through. What's your mindset? How are you approaching all of this?
Just taking it one day at a time, really. That's how I approach my whole life. We got Final X coming up, and then I'm on the U23 team because of the making the national team or whatever. So I'm excited for all that stuff, and just getting ready, for Final X. That's the first thing on the plate right now. Got Trent Hidley, so a great matchup, a great competitor, and yeah, just taking it one day at a time, training, focusing on ways I can improve, and just getting ready to go.
Kind of a basic question. Talk about the transition from folk style to freestyle. I mean, I know it's something that Americans have always had to deal with, but still not easy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think just the way that I've been kind of raised up, I've wrestled freestyle my whole life. So now it's easier, than it first was, and even that it was in high school, I think I still kind of had a problem with it in high school. I'd be rolling around still and doing kind of some stupid stuff in freestyle that you shouldn't be doing. But now the transition's pretty seamless, and I'm not too scrambly of a guy in folk style, so really my style is pretty much the same all across the board. Obviously, the top and bottom's different in freestyle than it is in folk style. But I truthfully enjoy freestyle now more than I ever have, and probably even more in folk style. So I love it. I love freestyle, and right now the transition's been pretty seamless.
Awesome. I mean, I talk about the Penn State room, how awesome that is. I'm sure you get asked that all the time, but it's still worth revisiting.
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's like one of the greatest blessings of my life. You walk in, there's an Olympic champ like in there every single day of the week, and I think sometimes I kind of got to remind myself not to take it for granted, right? Because like I go home, and I get to run camps and stuff, and I get to train, with other people, and I get to train. Like I went to school with a lot of high school with a lot of studs and a lot of guys who wrestle D1, and I can hear them talking about how their programs work and stuff, and um when I kind of hear them and compared to our program, I'm just like, wow, like we're blessed. Like I can train with Aaron Brooks and Carter Sirachi, Coach Kale, Varner, all these guys, literally any single day of the week I wanted to. And even on our off days, if I was like, hey, you want to get a workout in, they would be in there, training with me. So it's just it's a really good situation. And even past the wrestling, I think our room is filled with better people than they are wrestlers. And that's really saying something because they're really good at wrestling. But we got a lot of great humans in our room. And that's like the best part about it is just the people. They're more, everybody's more than a wrestler at Penn State. And that's an even bigger blessing than the wrestling is.
Yeah, it just sounds like there's unbelievable perspective. Like when I listen to interviews, Penn State wrestlers, I've identified four themes: gratitude, faith, score points, and have fun. That aggressiveness, score points, have fun. I mean, seems like that's kind of like the trend. And I mean, that's what a great mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the basis right there. I think faith number one. I would change it faith number one for me at least. And yeah, those things. I mean, when you got a strong faith, strong foundation, and then you let all that other stuff follow, those good eternal principles and just being grateful for things no matter what you got. And just trying your best. I mean, that's really all our coaches make it easy on us. Like they just want us to try our best, and It's easier said than done just to go out there and try your best, but when you kind of get into that, when you know how to do that, it makes your job a lot easier. I think a lot of people would associate Penn State with like a high pressure place or like just a lot on your plate. Your coaches are asking a lot, but they really don't ask a lot of us to ask that you'd show up every day and just put your best effort forward. And it's the same thing with competing. You'd show up and compete as hard as you can, and they make our job really easy. They help us mentally to be able to do that. And yeah, it's just a really, really good situation.
Mindset Monday is brought to you by our official sponsors, Eat Clean, bro. Make sure you order today, get them delivered right to your house. Check them out, and make sure you put in your discount code MINDSET. Yeah, and I mean, I would think it's also got to be tough too, because there's so many good people in the room that it's humbling. Also, it's not like, oh hey, you're just walking through people all the time. So
Yeah.
is how does that play into it too? That I mean, I'm sure there's everyone. I'm sure everyone at one point in time has a really bad day, because if you're not firing on all cylinders against the best people in the world for over the course of many years now, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I can truthfully say I've probably had more bad days in there than I have good days, and it's just that just speaks to the level of our room. Like I remember one day it was during my redshirt season. I had been competing a little bit, like doing the opens, and I even got to wrestle in a duel, which was super fun. My redshirt year because of you get the 5 matches or whatever now as a redshirt. So I had like 15 matches and I had won all of them, and then like after one of the opens I remember I wrestled how I wanted to. I was getting better and I was like I competed how I wanted to compete. And then like that Monday I wrestled Aaron Brooks and I mean just but I said in an interview this year he kind of just bounced my head around like a basketball and I was like holy cow man. I was like I'm nowhere near where I want to be. And I remember just sitting on the wall like well, I wanted to tear up because I was like dang like I don't some days you get beat up so bad, you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be where I want to be, but it's a part of the process. I mean, there's probably some guys in our room who haven't really gone through that, but I'd say probably 95% of the guys who have gone through the Penn State room, they have those days and they're tough. But I think if you change your kind of attitude on it, like I could either look at it and be like, oh man, this sucks, or I could be grateful that I have Aaron Brooks to train with. I could be grateful that I have Coach Kale to just throw me into the wall, whenever he wants to. You get a lot better when you're grateful for it rather than when you sit there and kind of feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah, I remember when my brother Greg, when he was at Rutgers University, and Frank Molinaro was one of his coaches. He said
Yeah.
when the Japanese Olympic champ came to Penn State, when he would wrestle him, he felt like, am I even good at the sport?
Yeah.
And he's an NCAA champ, so it's like it's that crazy. But that's how he got to the level where he got to, obviously jumping levels internationally as well.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely. Yeah. I think yeah, like I said, just being grateful for it and like getting your hands on those guys every single chance you get. I think you kind of have a choice every single day. Like, I think it's good, to go with a good guy and get beat up. It's also good to, go with a guy that maybe you can beat up a little bit and work your kind of your system and your stuff on. But it's like a choice. Like you could make the choice to get beat up. Like even sometimes if you know it, like I never go into a practice thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get beat up today, but if I go into practice, I know I got Aaron. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a tough day today. Like I gotta be ready to go. But I think like getting your hands on those guys as much as you can is really important. And like I said, just being grateful for it and taking advantage of the opportunity because not a lot of people have the opportunity that we do at Penn State for sure.
right, right. And I'll talk about the trials and then leading up to final X. I mean, I guess before even going into the details of the trials and everything, thinking about does it feel like mentally and emotionally the same as going into the NCAA's, or does it feel different? I mean, I know if you're going into a wrestling match, so the task at hand is basically the same, even if the rules are a little bit different. But how do you feel mentally and emotionally, given the climate's a little bit different when you're at the NCAA tournament, Big Ten NCAA's versus freestyle. Take me through your thought process with that.
So yeah, I think in the college season it's more of like I wouldn't say like rivalry, like kind of like tension in the air, but it's just like a lot more like there's more fans, there's more emphasis on the college season, which is like to me it makes sense because now that I've been in it, like people are prideful about their schools and they want their school to win. Alum are really prideful and our fans, our parents, they're they're Penn State diehards, right? And that's how every school is, whether it's the biggest school in the country or the smallest school. So the college season is a lot more, just a lot more eyes on you. So I think it's more, I won't say pressure, but you just feel it more. Like I mean, walking out to the NCAA semis and the finals, and even your first match of the NCAAs, like there's tens of thousands of people watching you and tens of thousands of people watching online, you know. So I think I wouldn't say more pressure because I've done really well in this past year of like really dealing with the nerves and stuff, but I think just more of like a
The time is now to take your mindset to the next level with Wrestling Mindset. Make sure you go to our website, wrestlingmindset.com, and sign up for your free trial session today. Don't wait any longer. You want the mental edge right now. When you sign up for the free trial session, you're also going to get a copy of our free ebook, Building the Predator Mindset. This book has helped thousands of people build confidence, relax under pressure, get motivated, and build mental toughness in wrestling, school, and life. Make sure you sign up for your free trial session today.
there's a lot more eyes on you, and you can kind of feel that in a way. And then going into the trials and stuff, it's the same thing, like you said. It's a wrestling match. Like when you step on the mat, all the fans they leave. It doesn't matter who's there. It's you and the guy across from you, and you're trying to win. He's trying to win. But I think the trials is just it's surprising to me how like kind of quiet it is. Like this year there was a little kids tournament running like alongside the trials, so there was like people from that, but just overall there's much less emphasis on uh the senior freestyle circuit than there is the college folk style season. And to me, it doesn't really make that much sense because, like, in the
No.
grand scheme of things, it technically is more important, in certain ways. So I think you kind of can just feel that it's more like relaxed, I'd say. I think the college season, everybody is really tense, and you can kind of feel that, like when you're at the tournaments and stuff. And I think we do a pretty good job at Penn State keeping it calm and relaxed and stuff. But all the other teams and coaches, it seems like everybody's a little wound up. But in the freestyle, it feels like everybody, can kind of take a deep breath, and it's more chill, more relaxed, and but for me personally, going into the matches and stuff, it's all the same. Like I said, like once you step on the mat, it doesn't matter who's there. If there's a million people, if there's one person watching, for me, I kind of take the mindset of like audience of one. Like I'm competing for God, and that's about it for me. Because I'm only realistically trying to please him, but that's my mission here. So, um, I would say I like the freestyle kind of feeling more though. Like I like the everybody's relaxed and it's chill and but I would appreciate if there's more eyes on freestyle. I think that'd be cool for sure.
Yeah, because I always felt like that in high school too. Like it's the season, it's like, it
Hmm.
feels like crunch time. And a lot of times there's all that nerves leading up to the state tournament. And then freestyle starts 2 or 3 weeks later, and you could be having like a state semifinal match in that,
Yeah,
and no one's in the gym. But what's the difference?
yeah,
Like I'm still going up against the guy a few weeks ago that it would have been like, hey, this is a really big deal. And it's like, okay, maybe you win, maybe you lose. It's like, and no one really cares. Whereas before it felt like everyone cared. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of wrestlers
yeah.
like that looser feel. And if I may, I think that's also something, and this just be my perception. It seems like that's what Penn State has done a really good job of creating year round
Mm.
overall. That feel of it's still fun and relaxed. Am I off base
Oh
there?
yeah. No, not at all. I think the whole year, like every single day of the year, we're focused on having fun, getting better at wrestling. We're never like it's never like this is it. Like this competition is it. It's always like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Like I think overall we're very like happy and content people of like we love what we do, but it's also like very like chasing the next thing. And I don't think our coaches do a very good job at helping us to not put all our weight into like just one competition. Like you're not just trying to be a national champ this year. Like you're trying to be a national champ next year already, and you're trying to be a national champ the next year and just reach your goals, long term as well as, right now. But it doesn't like your whole life doesn't depend on one moment. It's like the culmination of things and how you carry yourself and the kind of person you are and where your faith is at and stuff like that. So I think that like they do a good job at helping us kind of understand that. And like if you focus on having fun and getting better every single day, then it's like that adds up long term. Like you're gonna be the wrestler you want to be. You're gonna be the person you want to be hopefully one day. if you take that mindset every single day, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk about, I guess now we're coming up to Final X, right? You'll be over here in my backyard in New Jersey. You're only about 25 minutes from me where it is. So
Yeah.
that's convenient. But talk about that. Have you guys wrestled before? What's you know,
So yeah, I've never wrestled Hidley. He's a little bit older than me. So I think he graduated last year in 2020, like the 2023, 2024 season was last year. So I never competed against him. He's a little bit older than me, but obviously I've watched him a lot. He's in the finals last year with Aaron Brooks, so I saw that and just kind of he's like just kind of one of those guys you see, if you watch college wrestling the past 4 or 5 years or whatever, he was in college for, you kind of know who Trent Hidley is. He's a good wrestler and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to compete against them. Really cool opportunity to compete in Final X after my freshman year of college. Not a lot of people get that opportunity, so really grateful for the opportunity and just go let it fly, have fun, and just try and compete to the best of my ability. And yeah, like I said, just let it fly, have fun, and just be who I am.
awesome. Yeah, because it's like the mentality. I also think about, the mindset of that too, where it's like when you're coming in as a younger guy for, going for a senior level tournament, there's that one side of you that could be thinking it's like, well, hey, it's great that I'm even at this point right now where I'm at in my career, like I'm on track. But on the other hand, it's like, hey, we never know what's going to happen in the future. Like this is my opportunity. Like now's the time.
Yeah,
Not that we're focusing on winning, but the time to win is
yeah.
now. It's not like, oh, hey, this is going to be a learning experience. Like, no, I'm here to win. How do you balancing those two things? From now until Fargo, our partners, Champion Athlete Wrestler Nutrition, the premier weight management program for wrestlers, will be offering a special Fargo nutrition program for only $350. That's $160 saving. Visit their website, champion-athletes.com, or call 800-324-1447 today.
I've never kind of had that mindset of being the younger guy. I think, like kind of when you grow up or whatever, people just naturally say like, oh, like you're not supposed to win, so like you got no pressure on you. You're not supposed to win right now, or whatever. But like I've always kind of just since a young age, I remember hearing that, and it just never made sense to me because it was like it didn't matter to me. And I think if you look at the landscape of wrestling now, the younger guys sure don't care if they're supposed to win or not. Like Luke Lilladall, PJ Duke, Marcus Blaze, like those guys don't care if they're young. They're just gonna go and beat you. They're just gonna go and try. They're gonna wrestle their hardest. It doesn't matter if you're 45 years old and the 20-time Olympic champ or you're national champ. Those guys are gonna wrestle the same every single match. And I really appreciate those guys, those younger guys, for competing the way they do against the older guys and the guys more established, in the wrestling. And I kind of take that same mindset. It's like it doesn't matter. Like if I'm young, if I'm the same age as Trent, if I'm 10 years older than him, I'm going to compete against him. I want to compete to the best of my ability. And so yeah, it's not win now, but it's also like this opportunity is in front of me. Take full advantage of it. I'm not going to go there for a learning experience and uh just say I got to compete in it. I don't want to just compete. I want to do my best. I want to, if it's in God's cards for me to win, I want to win. Like so that's kind of how I think of it. And like I'm not putting all my marbles into Final X, but it's what's in front of me. So that's the focus.
Awesome. Awesome. We look forward to watching you compete. Let's do some fun questions too. All right. If you had to
Yeah.
pick, when's your favorite time of day to train? Morning, afternoon, and night? What favorite time to train? And if it's the same as your favorite time to compete? I know ultimately it doesn't matter. You're down for whatever, but if you had to pick.
I'd say training. I like training like in the middle of the day, like early afternoon, like around 1 o'clock. I like that. And then I think competition. Uh, I'd say evening, but not too late. Like I've competed real late sometimes. It kind of sucked. I was starting to get tired, like just bedtime tired. I'd say maybe like sweet spot around like 7 or 8 o'clock. Like I think that's a fun time to compete at. It feels like it's like prime time in a way.
Favorite favorite post weigh-in well, not post weigh-in, but like after you make weight. What's your favorite thing to not before a match, but after?
After a match, I'd say anything Mexican. I love Mexican food, so I'd say like some good tacos or something for sure.
Favorite cereal
After,
for
after.
taste? What?
I said just after. No tacos before we wrestle.
Yes. Yes. Favorite cereal for taste?
Cereal, I'd say probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
All right. Would you rather pin or tack a guy?
It depends on the situation. If it's a team, if it's a dual pin, but if it's kind of like a tournament, I'd say tech. I like teching guys.
Right. Would you rather be the favorite or the underdog?
Uh, I don't know. We were just talking about it. It don't really matter.
That's
It's like
that
the old
that's the
guy.
right
It's like
answer.
the old guy, young guy argument. I'd just say that maybe the favorite, I guess.
But that's the right answer. Ultimately, you don't care. All right.
Yeah.
All right. If there's a battle royal or Royal Rumble in the Penn State room, who's gonna come out on top? Coaches included.
Coaches included. I probably have to go with Varner, Coach Varner. I put my money on him.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. Anything else you wanted to share before we're done?
No, thank you for having me on. I appreciate the time and look forward to seeing how it turns out.